Hi Mark, here. It is Monday, May the 25th, 7:50 a.m. Eastern, 11:50 a.m. GMT. US session about to get underway, but bear in mind today is a public holiday in the US, Memorial Day. Also a public holiday in the UK, Spring Bank holiday, and parts of Europe also celebrating Whit Monday. So certainly not a regular start to the week. Markets will be, I expect, illiquid, uh, could make for some sharp moves. And even if we don't have that liquidity today, the market's less active than usual. Certainly, we can position ourselves for the rest of the week. So let's see how the markets stand at this time uh, going into the US session. US dollar index gapped down to start the new week and weakening that little bit. You see the red candlestick. I've got support at 98.87. I've got resistance at 99.03. There's the gap down to open the week. And you can see the support level, tough level on the downside for sellers to maintain below the 99 level. We'll see once the US session gets underway whether the sell-off is added to, sellers continue below the 99, or buyers do step in later in the US session. But weak US dollar to start the new trading week. Let's have a looked at the S&P, bearing in mind US stock markets are closed today. We looked at the futures market for now, but there you see a green candlestick. EMA is about to cross to the upside. I've got support at 7,537. I've got resistance, a new record high at 7,564. We'll see during the US session how this does play out. We don't have the usual Wall Street opening in an hour and a half, so we'll see how this does play out for the day, for the start of the new week. But you do see EMA is about to cross on the upside at this point, and US equities, albeit markets closed, starting off on the front foot to start the week. Let's have a look at gold. And there you see very flat, a gap up to start the week, and that's going along with the weak US dollar, strong gold, but pretty much back where it started. Very small green candlestick, more like a doji at this point. I've got support at 4,548. I've got resistance at 4,579. Buyers of gold will be looking up at the 4,600 level. Brent oil, and this is the big mover today, gap down to start the new trading week. Closed last week around the 100 level, and then the forward-looking oil market, based on the optimism surrounding the new deal between US and Iran, has not yet been formalized or accepted by Iran. So we'll see later, be it today or during the week, what type of feedback response we get from Iran and whether the deal is accepted. My feeling is certainly not wholeheartedly accepted, and I guess there will be negotiations. However, optimistic oil market is sitting at $94 right now. You see the big downtrend, the gap down to start the week, and this is from the over the past last week going into this week, all based on optimism that a deal will be sorted out, that the straits will be opened, hopefully a ceasefire continue, and that will bring oil prices down and maintain below that all-important 100 level. Anything to the contrary, I'm assuming would see oil prices back up to the above that 100 level. But certainly optimism at this point going into the new trading week. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, third consecutive green candlestick and higher highs, higher lows, still struggling, buyers struggling to break above this 77,500 to get back to 78,000, look up to the 80,000 level. support at 76.8. So that sellers will look to break below the support level, the 76.8, and to get below 76,000, 77,000. Looking down at the support here, all the way down at 74,000. But very flat for now, not much activity, but green candlestick, buyers in control at this point, and we'll be looking to get above that 78,000. So illiquid today based on the fact that US closed, UK closed, and a lot of the European markets closed as well. Illiquid trading, but that could make for some sharp moves. And I think more importantly, at this point, that we can position ourselves for what lies ahead during the week and see where we are going into the new trading week, the last week of May. Good trading, and I will see you at the end of day.